if we're going to bet, I feel like we need to bet it all. And in she goes. And Christopher just with ace high. Would be a pretty sick call. I don't think he has the right hand to do it with. Wow! Chris has called.
Raise 120,000.
Expect to see Mephisto playing very aggro, especially in a field like this. €300 buy-in. So King 8 offsuit, going to be more than good enough for Mephisto to open here. And facing a cutoff open in the big blind here from a siege, playing a stack of 20 bigs to start the hand. I would just rejam this against Mephisto. Goes call 10-6, 3-2 clubs, hit the flop. Checks over to Mephisto. Mephisto just needs to bet about 100k here. I would be inclined to protect my hand there by raising. Decides to just call. It's gin on the turn, queen of clubs.
Too bad. 200,000.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. A guy sent it to me. I don't know. I'm not sure. I thought the casino if it's extra, but probably not.
Yeah, I mean,
some guy said it.
Got a 200k here from Message. Mephisto now with the king of clubs. Not the biggest fan of this lead from Message, but he is trying to set up a river jam or something to that effect from Mephisto. Mephisto decides to just stick him in here on the turn, and we've got action. 2.5 million in this pot. I understand why Mephisto is jamming there, trying to get his opponent to fold a 10 or a 6 or draw. Here comes the 7 of clubs, and Message gets instant double up to 42 big blinds. Mephisto takes a hit. Still be playing a stack of 2.7 million. Christopher raising to 250 with the ace-5 of diamonds from under the gun. Fisto in the big blind with 10-9 of diamonds. And I think, although it's an under the gun raise, we are short-handed. Oh, Mephisto could even rejam this one, but I don't think we're going to see him do that. I think we just want to call and see a flop with the 10-9 suited from the big blind. Really good combo. See a flop with for just 120, 130k more. Doesn't want to see diamonds, of course. Yeah, so flops well enough to see a flop. Yeah, there you go. 8-6-3. Well put. KM. Flop going, check, check. And Fisto might want to start repping this board now once the flop goes check, check. He's got 2 overs, good shot, straight draw. This board is going to smack his perceived big blind defending range more so than the opening range of Christopher. Fisto betting 230. And for Christopher, open-ended with his ace high. Certainly wants to be continuing. And he will call. River is the 4 diamonds. That pairs the board. Now, if Mephisto had a 6 or a 3, and even an 8 maybe, you would probably just check the river. It's like the pot ratio is 1-to-1. If we're going to bet, I feel like we need to bet it all. And in she goes. And Christopher just with ace high. Wants to know how much. And although Christopher has a 5 in his hand that blocks a lot of straights, it's also a card we would want our opponent to have as a bluff. So we kind of block him having a 5 ourselves. A board pairing with the 4 on the river might make this appealing for Christopher. But I feel like we just have to give Mephisto credit for beating ace high. It'd be a pretty sick call. I don't think he has the right hand to do it with. Wow! Chris has called. I felt like he was going to fold. He's put the chips over the line. Mephisto has been eliminated in 11th place. Karpus is just going to limp on the button. With the king 10 offsuit. We're going to get three-way action. Lucas with the queen 4 offsuit and Serhii the big blind with 6-5 offsuit. Here we go. 8-7 deuce. Open ender for Serhii. Not much in it for the other two. Karpus now has the best hand on the turn with the 10 of hearts rolling off. At a 190 from Karpus. This is out of line from the small blind. Was not expecting to see a raise to 540. I don't think Karpus is going to be going anywhere just yet. And I am shocked to see Lucas raise here on the turn. Maybe just stick it in his eye here on the turn, but if you're called, it's a really horrible situation for us. So I think calling for this sizing is the superior play. Stack to pot ratio way less than 1-to-1 as we see the river, and the river is a juicy one. It's the ace of spades. I say a juicy one, it might be an action killer. Klima might just give up now. If he wants to keep telling that story, he's going to have to fire it a lot. Wow. He is going to fire. This takes balls. I just don't know if it's the right board to be doing it on with the queen 4 offsuit. Very surprised to see a wild bluff like this. I think fold pre would have been the best option, but here we are. Remember, it was a limp pot. Flop going, check, 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 really quick. Oh, and he does call him off. Karpus is a non-believer. Has eliminated Lucas Klima. And that means we have our final 9. Exciting stuff happening here, 10-handed.
Sorry?
I see him turn every time off and I see cards every time. I don't want to lose.
You saw the card now? You saw
No,
the card now?
before.
Before.
So every time.
Every time now, first time I see.
Okay.
I want to play for
Okay,
my phone.
Alright. Let's play with phone. 6 stop. Six plus 7 plus 8 plus.
Sturgis, Jack 10 suited.
I'd raise 325, 1 plus. Control 325. 3 pass, 4 pass. And 5 stop. 3 players to the flop. Five check. 9 check. 2 check.
Sturgis, second pair, open-ender, which is now a straight. Sven picking up nut flush draw.
5 bet. 500,000. Call. 2 pass. River heads up.
River comes the 6 of spades, 2.2 million in this pot now. Sven missing. What does he want to do? Does he want to rep that 10 or give up? If he's going to bet, doesn't want to bet too small.
500.
That looks like it's a small bet. Going to get snapped off by Sturgis, and he's going to win a nice pot. Smiling again. And why not? €300 buy-in, playing for the guts of 60 grand. ECW says his boy is feeling it. He'll be feeling it on the dance floor if he takes down this title. There's a hell of a long way to go yet. Open-ender here for MNK. Karpus with second pair.
That is 545,000. Victor is
Karpus going to raise to 545 from the cutoff here. Don't really like this. Rather just call. Don't think MNK is going to be folding for 320 more. Turn is the 8 of clubs. Stack to pot ratio basically 1-to-1 now. Karpus looks like he is piecing out about a mil, or is he just going to check? I think in general we just want to be checking here on the turn. Pot control, but he does decide to bet 800k. A bet like this will get an ace high type holding to fold. There's not much weaker 10x to call on the flop. I don't think he gets the queen to fold, but it is going to be a hand like the one MNK has King Jack. 12 and 12 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 29. And the winner of this event will take home €48,400. 3 eliminations away from all players remaining. Guaranteed that 10k ticket, of course. The World Series of Poker Europe main event taking place at King's Resort later on this year. Ben is just going to shove 14 big.
536.
And he's going to shove it straight into Sturgius's aces. Damn, that's some ill timing from Sven. Nothing he can do here, of course. Pink chips are now in play, 500k a pop. And Sturgius with 8 million. Must be getting happy feet right now. We've seen him smiling a few times before the break. He is just going to call, of course, invite some action behind him. We is all in and call 8 million in the pot. Here we go. 6, 4, 3, 2 spades. Turn is the Queen of Diamonds. Just one out in the deck as we hit the river. River was 9 of hearts.
Look at this. 500,000.
Karpus going to open with the 5-4 offsuit. Julian going to defend with the 9-7 of clubs. Flops the flush draw on the ace-6 flop. Karpus bets 500. We will just call. Turn going to go check, check. River giving a full house to Karpus, and he has the check mark.
You can bet 925,000.
Julian is going to do the betting for him. 925 is the bet. And Karpus will just call him off.
Hello?
Inducing the bluff.
Look at this. 600,000. Keep bets.
You check.
10-5-3 is the flop, 2 spades. Julian. Top pair, king kicker. Sergius now with an open ender, but it's not what he's looking for when he's 2 diamonds in his hand.
650,000.
Karpus with the same hand and a hell of a lot more equity.
Will check out.
Wow. 3-way action to the river. River is a blank. Blankety blank. Deuce of diamonds.
Take a check.
Julian checks. His top pair, top kicker. Well, second kicker.
Do you contact? 1.8.
Sergius betting 1.8 million. Back to Julian. Julian can beat too many draws here. I do not see Julian folding. 1.8 million, 5.8 million out there. If we call him a wrong, we still have 10 bigs. If we call him a right, we're back up of around 40. 6, 10. Close to it, over 30, 35, somewhere around that area.
Call. Showdown, please.
Close call. And Sergius is going to take a decent hit.
Eight. Pass. Two pass.
Chris in the small blind with Queen, 6 of diamonds completes, and Julian with the aces in the big blind.
Four A 700.
Gonna raise small to 700k, and now Chris 400k more for him to call.
Three call.
He's gonna flick it in.
Heads up.
8-6 deuce is the flop, and this is gonna go all in. We've got action. Pair and a flush draw for Chris. He'll just be wanting to get this in. Julian with the over pair.
Three raise.
Looks like he's just gonna raise.
450. 1,000,000.
This is raise it to 1.45 million. He might as well just shove. He's just got 2.5 behind.
Four A's all in. And three calls showdown.
He said it.
All in and call. 9.6 million in this pot. Julian set to eliminate Chris. Or is he? Chris has a lot of outs. He's actually in a coin flip situation against the aces. I was thinking the aces were further ahead than they were.
Okay.
Mamma mia.
Turn is a queen, and that is a dirty card. River is an 8. Chris has been eliminated in dramatic fashion. Julian hitting the river, now playing 45 bigs, which is good for 13.675 mil. Unlucky for Chris, he played well. Just couldn't get the job done against the aces on that occasion. Very nice score for him.
Two call. Seven raise, 900. Nine? Yes. Two call. Four.
Karpus is going to see a flop here with the 4-3 offsuit. And guys, we are going to have a big pot here because Karpus has 2 pair. Julian has toppest of pairs and a good shot.
2.5. Two raise, 2.5.
Raised to 2.5 million. No messing around from Karpus. And now Julian with the decision. Bird says, wow, this can be it. Well, I don't know. They're still relatively deep. He might just want to call here, but let's see what happens.
Seven call.
Does call. I'm not sure what Karpus raises here, but on the flop. That's a bluff. But he could have a semi-bluff. You could have a hand like 5-6, deuce 6. Ten of spades on the turn. I guess if we're going to bet, we want to bet an amount that sets up a river jam. I think 4 mil, 3.5 mil, even 3 mil.
6 million.
Just so the stack to pot ratio would be 1-to-1 on the river. 6 mil. That's quite a large bet. I think if he bets 4 into 7, and then it leaves a 10 million river jam. Because that is the effective stack of Julian. So this is quite a large bet to go for here. I don't see Julian folding, but alarm bells must be starting to ring. Julian with a huge decision here, and he is taking his time with it. Debbie wants a pop bet with 3-4. But you see, you've got to be thinking about this in relation to your opponent's stack size. There's no point in betting pot, but then you've less than pot on the river, or just a tiny amount to go in on the river. So you want to size up there, Debbie, or size down in this case, so you're leaving X amount for the river. Unless you feel like you can bet and get your opponent to go over the top and then just get all the money in. That's not the way we should be thinking in general.
7 raise all in. Pick up showdown.
Just decides to shove, so it does work to his favor, and this could be it. 3-1 favorite for Serhii Karpus. Julian needing help. 35 million in this pot. Be all over right here, right now. River is the king of diamonds. There is your winner, folks. Julian Schild will come in second place. And there's the sicko, Emil B's over to congratulate him.
Okay, this is your cards.
Here is your champion.
Chips in